Okay, let's talk about a few more principles. The principle of confining yourself to the engagement. Okay, I'm going to explain. When somebody attacks you, and in relation to him and you, that space is made available. In other words, we know we got that space available. You need to learn to be effective in the tightness of the engagement. In other words, if you start relying on more room, maybe the environment is not going to give you more room. In other words, maybe you're in the tight environment, you're in a small room, maybe there's a car, and basically you don't have availability. Whatever route he took to attack you is obviously available. Whatever route you're occupying is obviously available. You're going to need to learn to be effective within that. In other words, it's very important that you learn to jilt your body when you hit in tight motion. It's important that you learn to use your elbows and your knees, because anytime you use elbows and knees, you're basically occupying the environment you have. If you start wailing and starting throwing punches, you're going to need more room, and the room will not always be available, so that's very important. Also, when people close the gap, and in other words, it's face-to-face combat, as we like to say it in Israel. When he's in your face, the adrenaline is going to pump. And when the adrenaline pumps, you're probably going to start breathing more heavy. It is very important that you regulate your breathing to be regular. If you start hyperventilating, you're going to lose it. Emotionally, you're going to decompose, and it's going to seize you. It's important that you stay relaxed. Also, don't hold your breath. If you hold your breath, especially when you start throwing techniques, it's going to retract your muscle, and then you're not going to be able to deliver techniques. Every time you deliver a technique, you're projecting. Anytime you're holding your breath, you're retracting. It's important that you breathe within your techniques, you stay calm, and you work everything tight. Make sure that you only occupy the environment of the engagement, not relying on more space. It is important that you be able to inflict damage when you're up close. Don't always rely on the room. A lot of times you're going to end up close. If it's standing up, if it's on the ground, maybe you're in a car and you're right next to each other, you need to be able to apply your techniques when you're up close. Everything has to be a jilt. You don't have to rely only on the traveling, okay? You can also grab and pinch. Anytime you grab the skin and you pinch, it's going to short circuit him. I like to go for the maul. Anytime I go on the maul, it's going to work, okay? So all these techniques is up close. Sometimes when I'm up close, I bump. Anything that works to jilt him. You're trying to short circuit him. Not every shot is the knockout shot. Okay, anytime as you close in, use those techniques. Bump him off. Anytime you can grab a hold of him, you can grab here and pinch. Right away, if Justin tries to punch me now, try punch, it completely neutralizes him. So in other words, use the inside techniques and don't rely on the room. You will always have something you can work on.